Alright, hello guys, thank you for joining me, and first up I'm going to let you know this is probably going to be a long video, most likely. Now this video is about what to expect as a new streamer. Real quick, we're going to have some random gameplay. This is my gameplay from Twitch, Horizon Zero Dawn, just throwing that on there for something to watch as well as a cool background we have going on. So this isn't exactly a tip video on how to start as a streamer. This isn't what that is. There's plenty of videos like that. I'm making this video specifically to tell you what to expect as a new streamer. And there will maybe I'll slip in a couple tips here and there, whatever. I have a ridiculous amount of notes because this is something I've been thinking about for a really long time. It's kind of like things I wish I had known, things I wish I knew what to expect when I first started out streaming. And you know, I probably watched all the same tips videos that you have and all that, but this is different. I'm going to talk about how I feel about where my stream has gone now, the direction that it's changed into, things like that at the end of the video. And I wanted to talk about, just first up, alright, I'm going to try to read some of my notes because I actually wrote like an intro kind of a thing. This is intended for those of you that don't have friends that can make it to your streams and you're relying solely on strangers to show up in your streams. You may have an entirely different experience, or you may have you may have an entirely different experience. Maybe you'll be super lucky, fortunate, I don't know. But from what I've seen, is the biggest thing that helps people grow is having already people that can help them right away grow their channel like right away. If you have friends that can be in your channel as often as possible, stuff like that, you know. If you're just solely relying on completely new people you've never talked to before and just strangers, this is the stuff that is what I'm going to be talking about. Alright? So first up, no viewers. That should be the first thing you should expect as a new streamer. No viewers. I've made some of the coolest friends through my streams, but sadly, and as to be expected, they cannot always be at all my streams. And that will probably make you sad, you know, and that is something that happens. Even though, even starting out, like, having no viewers is normal, but even after having grown, like, a following, and I have friends that do show up, they're wonderful people. I've made the most, I'm so happy with the people that I've become friends with and people that can make it, and the people that I can call regulars in my stream. I'm very happy to have them in my stream and stuff. And they can't make it to every stream. This is something that you should expect, and that is something that that's probably not something that I was like not expecting. You know, like you know, life is life. That's just a note that I wrote. No chatters. This is a huge one. This is like the biggest thing I have ever seen because this happens in even the largest streams. If you ever, like, you can go see this for yourself to see just what I'm talking about, because I did not know this when I first started out. I used to go browsing streams to try and see, like, why is it so different for these other streams, and it took me a long time before I actually noticed that, you know what, the chatters in those streams, even the people with hundreds of viewers, you'll notice if you pay close enough attention and you browse enough streams as I have, like, you'll notice that it's the same people chatting. So even if they have 100 viewers, there's gonna be like 10 people chatting, the same people. And for a long time, I found it impossible not to be frustrated with my lurkers. Not that I didn't truly appreciate them coming to my stream and hanging out, but the whole point that I started streaming in the first place was to be able to interact with people and chat and enjoy each other's company and talk about the games or whatever. I actually prefer talking about the game because talking about life is depressing most of the time, but I've gotten much more personal with people. It was hard for me at first because my biggest focus is games. I love talking about games. If we start talking about life, I just get angry and frustrated and depressed because that's life. But so, you know, having lurkers is really cool to have people that want to hang out in your stream and they're not chatting and stuff, but it's hard. It's really hard to appreciate your viewers when they're not interacting with you. And it sucks to say that, but that's the reality. I think if you think about it, like, it's not meant as an insult, and it's just, that's why we start to stream, because we want to make friends with people. We want to hang out and chat with people while we play. We want it to be a chat-driven community, you know. Makes sense to me. I don't know. Maybe some people, when they do this stuff, maybe they specifically don't want people to chat. Maybe if that's the way, if that's how you are, that's perfect. Start your stream, go. You're good to go. You're not worried about people chatting. But I know me and myself, and I know others. I've seen it. You know, when we start streaming, we want to chat with people. So it was hard. It was hard. I was not ready for that. I was not prepared to have viewers, even a few viewers, and nobody talking. It's just the weirdest thing. So let's see. Nowadays, I do appreciate my lurkers a lot more than when I first started out, and I wasn't used to it. I didn't think it was normal for people to just sit in your stream and not chat, and I did feel a little bit offended. I thought like maybe they just didn't like me, and they were just, I don't know why they'd be in the stream. So it was just weird. But now I get it. Also, one of the biggest reasons I get it is because I'm also a big time lurker. And that wasn't how it happened when I first started streaming. I was not a stream browser. I was not a Twitch browser normally. Like I didn't, because when I used to go watch streams sometimes, and it would take me no more than 2 minutes of watching a stream to be like, I can't watch anymore. I gotta go play. But nowadays it's much different. You know, years after I started streaming, now I go watch streams and I lurk a lot. I usually have, well, it depends on how active the streams are going, how many people are online. But I range from 1 to 6 tabs open for different channels of people that I love to hang out in their community and stuff, because I love them as streamers, I love them as people, and I want to hang out in their channel, and I can't always be active. And I feel bad about it, especially now since I know what it's like having somebody in your channel that doesn't chat. I know what that's like, and it's like, so I feel bad about it, but I'm also I'm doing my best without being chatty to at least be there and offer the tiniest bit of support that I possibly can, you know. It's pretty funny. So you know, I'm just used to having lurkers now, and I would rather have lurkers than nobody, you know. I mean, of course, it's way better to have people actually chat to me and stuff, you know, but I appreciate lurkers. You know, like I said, it's hard to say it like this because I've always appreciated people coming to my stream and showing up and stuff, but now that I know it's more normal that people will just hang out in your channel and lurk, they call it lurking. Now that I know it's a normal thing, I appreciate it more. I didn't know. This is just one of those things I didn't know. Alright, so here's a tip. I actually wrote this down. Let me see. Don't try to pressure your non-chatting viewers into talking. For whatever reason, you have viewers at all, and that is a good thing. Either they like you as a person while they are lurking, or they are just there to see the game you are playing. At this point, you can try and offer entertainment, crack jokes, commentary on the game, or talk about yourself, a real-life topic that's on your mind. Whatever, that's up to you. Just do not expect or pressure your viewers into chatting with you. It's not a horrible thing to do that, but it may make them feel uncomfortable, or you come off as complaining and they'll just leave. I don't know about the complaining part. This was just a long note that I wrote. It makes sense, but complaining or whatever, you know. And don't try to force your viewers to chat with you. If they don't want to chat, that's fine. You can talk to them and just not expect an answer. Don't like try to like hurt. You know, like, you know, it depends if that's what you want to do, that's cool. That's just a little thing that I wrote down. I thought, you know, it really depends, I guess. It really depends on the person. Like, some people might interact, they might engage you if you're like forcing them to, like, if you're like, come on, tell me about you, tell me this stuff and whatever, they might engage you. And then there are other people that be like, I'm just gonna leave. So it really depends on the person. It doesn't just depend on you, it depends on what the people that are watching your stream want to see. So that's just a part of things to keep in mind. Trolls! I actually have this as a small little note. How do you want to handle them? My experience is that I'm fine with it, but my community isn't. And this is where I went wrong and I didn't know it. When I first started streaming, I just wanted any viewers, even if they were trolls. And the reason that is, I have a really good sense of humor. Normally, I really do have a really good sense of humor, so I don't mind when people come in and mess with me. You know, there's a couple things I'm not into Hitler joke. I do not like racism. There are a few jokes that I'm too old to think are funny. Even when I was a kid, I was like, I said it because it was like kind of, you talk the way that your friends talk and, you know, stuff like that. But I remember not really liking racist jokes when I was younger. Even your mama's fat jokes, never really, you know, I used them to insult people. I never used them to be funny. You know what I mean? So that's why they're not, anyways. So you need to be prepared for how you would like to have trolls. Some people are already right away. They already know they don't want no trolling, no bullcrap. Just don't even bother coming to my channel. But when I first started, and I know I'm not the only one, I've seen it with other people. You know, we just want viewers and stuff, and we want to, you know. So if we're gonna like, and you know, a lot of people too, a lot of people that are trolling, they really are. They just really are just trying to have fun. They're just messing around. They're trolls. They're actual jerk offs. They're real jerk offs. And then there are trolls that are just messing around. And once they see, if they see you react like funny, and you're into it, and you're just having fun, and you're just screwing around, they might. I've actually gotten to know a couple trolls a long time ago that people were just messing around. I haven't seen them in a long time, but I got to know a couple people that would just mess around, joke around, and we got to know each other, and they were cool. You know, it happens. But it's really hard to tell between which one is actually going to be cool and which one is actually just straight up a jerk off. So that one's a tricky one, and I would say just don't even accept that. And the biggest reason is, this is what I learned. The biggest thing about the trolls, anybody that comes in and is really rude, if you don't care, that's fine, but your viewers will. So if you have any viewers, even if it's 1 or 2 people that are in your chat and they're hanging out and they see somebody being a jerk and they continue to be a jerk, you know, even if they're just joking around, they're probably not gonna like it. I've lost viewers because of that, and I didn't realize that. So even if they're joking around, if they're saying something really rude, your viewers that might be in your channel may leave because they don't like the attitude that's going on in your chat. So it's definitely the biggest thing to do is probably just don't ever let people be rude, basically. And it's kind of common sense, you know, but a lot of people are just doing it to joke around. But I learned, and I didn't know. I mean, for a long time, I had one of my moderators, Electrolysis, and he was there from the first day I ever streamed and stuff. He knew, like, I didn't even know that he knew how well to spot trolls, though. I did not know this at the time, and he used to just ban people, like, right away, just bam, 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 just kicked everybody out of my channel. I'm like, dude, I don't have any viewers. Why do you keep kicking everybody? Now I know. Now I look back, I'm like, damn it, I'm such a moron, you know? But I didn't know, and I was new, and I was trying to just get views, but yeah, it's definitely better to not have people being rude in your chat. Doesn't matter if it brings me more views because there's drama. It's just, you don't want that. You really don't. Unless that is how you want your stream to be. That's completely, you know, if you want your stream to be based on drama and just nonsense, then you could actually go somewhere with that. That could be your thing, you know. Alright, so next one. Inconsistent troubleshooting from viewers. And this isn't a put down on viewers. This is something that you need to expect. Test it yourself. So oftentimes you might be starting your stream up and you're checking audio and whatever it is you're testing, audio or whatever, you can ask your viewers, you know, how's the audio, how's the game sound, this and that. And no matter what, always check it for yourself after your stream. Even if you test it pre-starting and stuff like that, things can change depending on gameplay. Like if you're just sitting on a title screen, your music could be low enough for your mic to be loud, right? But then you get into combat, and all of a sudden the combat music is way louder than your voice. So that's something that you need to be aware of. And this takes I mean, I've been streaming for a long time, and no matter what, every time, when I'm done with the stream, if I don't do it like right away, I'll do it later that night, later that day, the next day, whatever. I will go back and I will watch my stream and see how everything sounded and whatever. And mostly sound. Audio is like the biggest damn problem I've ever had with streaming. No matter what, it's always been audio. So don't rely on your viewers. You can ask your viewers for help, just don't rely on them. And one of the reasons is some people will use speakers, some people will use headphones, and there'll be different variations in sound levels and how things sound depending on what kind of device they're using, what kind of speakers they're using, what kind of headphones they're using. It's going to be different for everybody no matter what. Some people in your stream will be like, oh man, the audio is kind of crappy here, it's low or whatever, and somebody else will be like, no, it's fine. So always, input is great, getting that feedback is great from viewers and stuff. But always go back and check for yourself. Go watch your stream, see how it sounds for you, and then you can adjust it that way. Let's see. All right, I do have a little mix. I guess I didn't put these in order or anything. It seems a little mixed up. But let's see here. Have a gimmick. Now, this is a tip kind of a thing. This is something I don't have, and it's not necessary. But if there's anything that you do in life, whatever, that you know, if you're a class clown or whatever, you're a big joker. Like I used to be when I was younger, but not anymore. I'm not a big class clown anymore. I haven't been like that in a long time. Multiple reasons for that. But anyways, so having a gimmick will grow your audience faster if you have something to offer that's completely different than any other channel. Because most of the time you'll be browsing streams and everybody's just sitting there playing the game, and the only thing you have to offer is your personality, which is great. There's nothing wrong with having just your personality, and that's actually the best tip you can ever get from any of the videos that you've ever watched, any of the tips. Number one, be yourself and have fun. And the thing about that is, it can be hard. Now, I probably have some notes on this, I don't know, but so having a gimmick is just, I think, is a good idea if you want to grow fast. If you're not expecting to grow fast, then and you just want to chill and just get on stream and whatever, then you know you're good to go. Having a gimmick will definitely help. One of the things that I saw that she no longer does anymore, but there was one streamer who I saw, I came across her when she had like 300 followers and maybe 20 viewers, like between 10 and 20 viewers when I first came into her channel. It took her no longer than like a week to build. She blew up in like a couple months. She just boom, subbed. I got a sub button and everything. Anabu, she's really fun. I have lots of favorite streamers. Well, I have like a top 10 probably, maybe a top 5. But Anabu was one of them. And she used to do this thing, and she still has some of the fun stuff that she has, the gimmicks and stuff. But every time she got a follow, she would like pull up these like little stuffed animal bananas or whatever, and like pew 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 or whatever, point at the cam, pew pew, thank for the follow. Just do like a fun little thing that was engaging for the audience, you know, and it was just cool. But I guess she doesn't do that as much anymore because she's got tons of viewers. She's much bigger, and when she was smaller, it was easier for her to you know, do that. I guess I don't know, but let's see. You'll probably have an idea to start, but we'll probably come up with newer ideas, and you should. And that goes for not only just gimmicks, but for overlays and whatever. But I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about the gimmick thing because I don't have one. So I just know from what I've seen in streams, when people have a gimmick, they get bigger faster. That's just if that's what you're trying to do, right? If you're not, it's really the only way too. Unless you have friends that can help you all the time, be in your stream all the time, be active. Not just be in your stream, but be active. Chatters are like the biggest thing for the most part. It's gonna keep people engaged, right? Okay, so next up, overlays. Some people prefer simplistic, others like extravagant. Do what you want. You can always use more than one overlay. Maybe switch it depending on the game you are playing. And that is something that I've gone through many times. I love making overlays. I have a lot of fun doing that stuff. And I have gotten a lot of feedback from different people. Some people, they don't even want an overlay. They want very little. They don't want to see a bunch of little social media or donations, tips on your screen. They want it very small so they can just see the game. And then other people love the kind of overlay cool stuff that you can do. So for that, I stick to do what you want to do. If a viewer doesn't like something, you know, that sucks, sorry, but you know, I like this, and other people like it too. So it's just, you know, that's just something you can do. I have, like at the moment on OBS Studio, I have, I think 10 different scenes, and I don't use them all. I use like between 3 or 4 of them, but I'm working on more and more and more. I'm always working on that stuff just for fun. All right, so here we go. Next up, we have something about the schedule. This is my personal experience and my tip, my opinion on this. Stream when you want, not when you think you have to. This is another mistake I had made. Sort of. I wanted to have a schedule because it makes sense to have a reliable time that people can come in and join you. However, it ended up that I was streaming when I wasn't in the mood. This also happened early on when I first started streaming. I would stream non-stop, thinking to myself, I need to make my channel grow. The problem with that is, if I was too tired or stressed, streaming wouldn't help because I wouldn't be having fun. So that doesn't make it fun for me or my viewers. You know, if I'm tired and just whatever, and you know, not really into it, you know, we can hang out and stuff, but it's just not gonna be fun like it could be. Don't force a schedule onto yourself. Remember that if you really want to make a schedule, that it's okay to change your mind, change your schedule if you need to. Inform your viewers that your schedule you came up with is a work in progress, and it's possible that it may change drastically. This is all stuff that I went through. I made a schedule at one point and I followed it for 2 months. By the end of the second month, I was already getting like I didn't want to stream during my scheduled hours. They weren't very good hours to start with. They were the best that I could do. But I just started feeling like, I don't even want to play this right now. I don't know what to play. It was hard for me to decide what to play, and because of that, because I felt like I had to stream at a certain time, I just wasn't having as much fun. And I also had to pick a game, like I had to do something, so it was kind of crappy. Not a big deal. That's just part of the experience that I went through. Having a schedule is really good. If you can do it, go for it. That's just my experience that I had with it. So definitely stream when you want to, not when you think you have to. If you have a set schedule and you're just not feeling it, let people know I'm not going to be streaming. I'm not in the mood. I'm sorry, but yeah, it is nice to have a schedule. It is. It's cool. People know when they can come and hang out with you and stuff. But especially as a new person, it's really unnecessary. I think, in my opinion, as a new streamer, it's going to be far less like a big deal with the schedule, unless you have lots of viewers that are kind of want to rely on when they can come see you and stuff. So it really can, I don't know. I guess it depends on you really, on what you can do. If you want to do a schedule, awesome. But the biggest thing is you need to have fun. Don't stream when you're exhausted, when you're tired, when you're not in the mood. And like I said, I wrote that biggest note. I forgot about this. When I first started streaming, like my first couple of years, like I streamed, and I was working full-time too. I was working full-time and I was streaming full-time. And I didn't realize how much of an impact that had on me. I didn't know when I was going through it. Like I did not know what was going on with me. I was constantly stressed. I was constantly exhausted. And it was horrible. It really ruined the experience. I look back on that and I'm like, crap, I didn't realize, and I should have, but I didn't realize. I was just like, I need to keep streaming as much as I possibly can, and it didn't work anyways, you know what I mean? And I think part of that was because, if you're not having fun, your viewers don't have fun with you either, It really, that's from the most part. I mean, some people, I don't know, some people it doesn't matter, but for the most part, if you're not having fun, your viewers can't have fun. Everybody needs to have fun together, Makes sense, right? But some people are different. Anyways, so let's see, networking. This is something I do not do, but I know it works. It's part of stuff that I've already went over. Let me see. It's incredibly hard to network while at the same time building your stream. Maybe you can work your schedule based on that. Stream 3 days a week, network 3 days a week. Networking is almost the same thing as making friends, and is how you should view it in a case like this. So yeah, this is one thing I've seen that I was talking about before, where if you're going around from stream to stream and you're making friends with different streamers and different streamer communities, not just advertising yourself, actually getting to know people. That is the main thing. That is a big difference. There's a big difference between you just going from channel to channel saying, hey, I stream too, here's my stream. Nobody likes that. Nobody. There's not a single person that likes that. Nobody likes that. Get to know people. And that's the thing and the reason I don't do that is because I just partly don't want to, partly don't have the time to, and that's basically it. Sometimes I'm just not focused on it. I'm not focused on networking. Sometimes I mostly just treat it normal. Like if I'm gonna go hang out in the community, cool. It's not because I'm trying to network. I just don't do that. But I've seen it work. I know that it works. So that's something that you can try out, and that's something you can look to other people for advice. That's just something I've noticed that works. Networking, it works. Just make sure you're not going around advertising your channel, because nobody likes it at all. For some reason I have this as a side tip. Use OBS Studio, not OBS. Lately, okay, so when OBS Studio first came out, it was way too, for me, sloppy and messy and not as easy to use as OBS Classic. It's still a bit more intricate in the properties, tabs, the stuff that you do have to go through a couple extra steps here and there for adding certain things and whatever. But overall, OBS now is way easier than when it first came out. It's a lot better. The features are amazing once you get in there and mess around with it. It's definitely better. Don't use OBS Classic, especially because they don't even support it anymore. If you have an issue with it, somebody might answer you and give you an answer to like, oh, this is, maybe they can help you out. But for the most part, anytime you have a problem with the OBS Classic, they will say, download Studio. Stop using that crap. That's in the trash. It's gone. Forget about it. It's like complaining about a VHS not working. Nobody cares. So use OBS Studio. Just get used to it. It definitely, trust me, it's a lot better than when it first came out. All right, so so far, next up I have a look back, original channel goals, and change in attitude direction. I'm gonna real quick just browse up here because I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like I forgot to say something, but all my notes are here. I've gone over everything. So all right, cool. I guess hopefully I got everything. I mean, these were all my notes. I feel like I wrote a damn book. I'm looking at them like, damn. All right. So anyway, this is going to be a little bit weird. One of the things that I feel is I kind of wanted to say this at the intro of my video, because me offering what to expect as a new streamer is a little bit weird because I feel like I'm a failure as a streamer. I've been streaming for, I don't even know, a long time, 4 or 5 years, I don't know. And the only reason I don't know is because I joined Twitch like at least a couple years before I actually started streaming, like, you know, a lot. So I'm not really sure the timeline of when I started streaming exactly. And the thing about it, I've talked to people about it, and I don't mean this in a way to offend my viewers because I love my viewers so much. I love the people that keep coming back. It's amazing. But I haven't grown. You know what I mean? Like, I have not grown. I've gone... I don't want to say this because it's messed up, but I've gone nowhere, right? As a Twitch streamer, you know, I average 2 to 4 viewers, closer to 1. You know, I average 2 to 4 viewers, 1 to 4 viewers, you know? And that's after years of streaming. So... I don't know exactly what I've done wrong. I do remember, like I said earlier, I remember back, and I can't remember where I messed up for a while, where I was exhausted, constantly exhausted, stressed, you know, and I just kept streaming anyways because I was trying to grow my channel. So I know that's where I went wrong, and I might have lost some people then because there were times where I'd get ragey and you know, the thing that I think back, it was like I talk back to people that I consider friends. If I trust somebody enough and I consider them like a friend, I will talk back to them. I will cuss them out. I'll, you know, be real with them because I feel like I can trust them enough. They're, you know, I'm not going to start hating them because we don't agree on something. You know, if we're arguing, like, I'm not going to be like, oh, you're not my friend anymore. That's why I will talk back to my friends. One of my best friends that I used to hang out with every day, all day, back in high school for like 3 or 4 years, I don't know, after high school too, but we used to hang out all the time, and I would cuss him out all the time. We used to get in arguments all the time, but he would, you know, we hung out all the time. So that's the way I'm like I will argue with you, you know, I will argue with people because I trust that our friendship isn't going to be ruined. But I think in some cases I did lose people because of my attitude. But I think a big reason was like I said, I was just exhausted and stressed all the time, and I didn't realize this. I looked back and I was like, whoa, I messed up. I did it wrong. I did it all wrong. So I'm telling you, if you really just need to stream when you want to stream, when you're prepared to stream, when you're ready to have fun. Don't just stream because you feel like you need to grow your channel. That's just what I feel. That's what I went through. That's my experience. Could be completely different for you. You know, could be completely different. Alright, so let me see. I'm having more fun now that I've given up on not only expecting my channel to grow, but to want it to. So this is actually a big deal. That's actually a major thing for my stream now. I'm having more fun because I no longer care about growing. It's not even a speck of dust in my thoughts of growing my channel. Would I like to grow it? Of course, I still would love to get more viewers. I would love to have more people to hang out with, more friends, and, you know, stuff like that, a bigger community. I would love that. But I don't care anymore. And this is the weirdest thing, because like I've always appreciated my viewers. I always have. I could never thank them enough. I mean that from the bottom of my soul, you know. But it feels like it's weird because like it's kind of like I appreciate them more, but I don't. I just feel different. I look at it differently, you know. I'm really focused. I'm focused on the few viewers that I get to hang out with, the few people that are always coming back to my stream and hanging out with me in my channel or in my community, Discord, Facebook, you know, stuff like that. Anybody that's a part of my gaming world and stuff, you know, I'm really focused on them. And that is a big difference. I've always appreciated them, but I did, you know, I wanted to grow, and it kind of made my, it made it frustrating when it wouldn't happen, you know. And so that was a crappy thing. Kind of ruined my attitude. So let me see. I just want to enjoy my time with the few viewers I do have, and I really am happy with that. When I first started streaming, my intention and plan was to be an entertainer, to not get personal, but now that has changed. I still want to entertain, but my focus is now just to hang out with my friends. And that is a big thing. I didn't remember this note. I didn't go through these before I started this video. I should have, I guess. But yeah, like I did mention this earlier though. Like I don't like to get personal, and it's not like I'm an open book. I will answer any questions about myself. I'll talk about myself. I don't care. But it's just life in general is depressing. So I don't like to talk about real life stuff, and I bet I'm not the only one. You might feel the same way. You might feel the same. Go, I understand. I get you, Germ. I know, man. You know, so when I first started, anytime chat would come up and would not be talking about the game I was playing, it would frustrate me. I'd be like, come on, man, I'm playing this really cool game. Let's talk about what's going on in this really cool game. And people would be like, where do you live? And I'm like, what? Who cares where I live? But, you know, like I have a whole new different look on it. Thanks to some of the streams that I hang out with have made me look at it differently. But the biggest thing is really that I just stream when I want to, when I'm prepared to, and I want to have fun and just chill and hang out with a few people that I get to hang out with. So that can still be frustrating when I stream and people aren't able. They don't have the time to come and hang out in my stream, and that still sucks because they're the reason I'm streaming. You know, well, you are, because whoever's watching this right now, you're who I'm talking about. I doubt many other people are even going to see this. I doubt. I mean, this will probably get like 10 views at the most. So, and that's cool, man. That's cool. But just in case anybody else did see this video, I did want to say what to expect and stuff. Let me see. So for me, looking back, I think a lot of my problem with working full-time while also streaming full-time, yeah, this is something I actually went over without even meaning to. I was constantly tired and stressed because of this. I would be a jerk without trying or meaning to be. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, I would have an attitude. It was different. But yeah, so that's my look back. Let me see if I have anything else here. I do want to say, I mean, I have a lot to show for my streaming. Even though I'm not a big streamer, I you know, like I said, I've gone nowhere as far as like growing my channel, and I really do not care anymore. I really don't care. And I love what I do have. I always have, but now that's all I care about. All I care about is the small community that I have. There's the very few people, and you know, it's between 4 and 10. There's a few more stragglers. Like we have maybe around 20 people that are kind of regulars in the channel, but they're, you know, in and out, like rare, you know, once a month or whatever. And then there's a few people that are there often. You got a couple new viewers that are around a lot, which is very cool. So you know, and that's what I'm focused on. I'm focused on just spending the time with you guys that are just with me, man. I no longer care about growing the channel. It's not something I worry about at all. I don't even want to really. Like, I mean, you know, I'd like it. I would like it, but it's not like a goal, you know. Yeah, so I've made amazing friends. I've received too many donations and gifts that I feel unworthy of. So many people that gifted me games, posters, t-shirts, you know, money. You know, I have gotten so much for doing nothing, and I've done my best. I do, like, the only thing I know that I can do right now is the germ cache thing, because those of you that are watching probably know about this. It's the best thing I know to do. At the moment. Hopefully one day I'll figure out something better to do. Anyways, alright, so this will drag on. I could sit here for another hour, like, talking about how much I love my viewers. I could sit here for 10 hours just never being able to thank you enough. Ever. You have no idea. I have no idea, because I don't just say that. Like, it's like saying those words is not enough. Like you have no freaking idea. I can never thank you enough. So, alright, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna end this video. This what to expect as a streamer. I'll do a quick, like, little reminder thing of it. Alright, so no viewers, you know, especially as new, you should already know to expect that. No chatters. this is something I forgot to mention. Crap, I forgot to mention it. I did all the notes, but what I didn't do is say this: 1% of your viewers will chat, or I think maybe it was 10%. I think it's 10% of your viewers will chat, but you might as well think of it as 1%. Anyway, so no chatters. It's gonna be, even when if you have 10 viewers, one person's gonna be chatting on average. On average, sometimes out of those 10 people, you might get a few people, but on average, you're gonna have one person chatting with you out of 10 viewers, and you stack that up. You have 20 viewers, maybe 2 people chatting. 30 viewers, 3 people chatting. 40 viewers, 4 people chatting, and so on and so on. And that's on average. Sometimes you can definitely get higher than that. Let's see, trolls. Oh, whoops, I moved my window. I did not mean to do that. Trolls, how you want to handle them. I suggest just don't. Mostly it's for your community, not for yourself. You might have a great sense of humor, but your community is the one that you need to be thinking about when you handle the trolls, how you're going to handle your community and stuff. And consistent troubleshooting from viewers. This is not to be mean to viewers. This is always test your own stuff. Always go back, watch your own broadcasts, see how it is for you. Definitely always, of course, take the feedback from people and use it. I'm not saying ignore them, use it. Just, always check for yourself. A gimmick would be really useful. Overlays, have fun with yourself. Make your own overlays that you want to make. If you don't want to have an overlay, you want something normal, that's fine. If you want to do something, do your thing. Schedule, stream when you want, when you can, when you feel in the mood. Do not force yourself. I did it for years. Do not ever force yourself to stream. Networking will really help when you get around and get to know people. And use OBS Studio, not OBS Classic. That's if you're not using XSplit and stuff. Alright, so yeah. Bleh. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any thoughts, if not, whatever. If you like the video, please throw it a like. I would really appreciate it if you spread the word of this. Mostly for really just the people that might not know what to expect. I actually really, in this case, like I want to grow my channel and stuff, whatever, and get more views. But in this case, I really would like to share my opinion with people that are new and don't know what to expect, because I did this for years, and I really wish. Oh, how much I wish I had realized what was happening when I first started streaming. I wish I knew what to expect. I really do, because my attitude was based on a lot of things that I was not expecting. I wasn't expecting not having viewers. I wasn't expecting lurkers to be like a normal thing. Just so much stuff that I didn't expect that really did affect my attitude as I streamed and as I continued to stream. So if I knew some of that earlier, I might have had a better attitude. I don't know. Things might be a little different. I don't know. A lot of it's my own fault. It's my own fault from my expectations. So that's why I wanted to make this video. Alright, now it's time to go. Thank you very much for watching. You guys have an amazing day or night or whatever, and hopefully I will see you in my next video or my next stream or whatever on Discord. See ya.